This one's from the post-millennial. Taylor Swift's Kamala endorsement backfires. After Swift expressed her support, 20% of poll respondents said they are somewhat or much less likely to vote for Harris. I think Donald Trump saw this because he posted the other day, "I hate Taylor Swift." I hope you enjoy this timeline. I do not appreciate that Donald Trump said, "I hate Taylor Swift." I actually like Taylor Swift. I don't follow anything to do with Taylor Swift, but she's got some songs that if I were to play, I'd be like, it's a good song. It's pop music. What do you want? I don't care. I do not appreciate her jumping into politics. She has no idea what she's talking about. But, people are allowed to have their opinions, be it Taylor Swift or like a homeless guy sleeping in an alley in Washington, D.C. That being said, I'd like to thank Taylor Swift in that case, because it seems like she's actually helped Donald Trump inadvertently because people don't like her opinions. Here we go. Taylor Swift's endorsement of Democratic vice presidential candidate, Vice President Kamala Harris. Wow. Wait, Democratic vice presidential candidate? What are you guys doing? Presidential candidate was a dud, according to a YouGov poll released Saturday by the New York Post. Despite the superstar singer's support for the Harris-Walz presidential ticket, only 8% of those responding to the YouGov survey said the endorsement made them somewhat or much more likely to convince them that voting Democrat November 5th was the right choice. Many more, 20%, said they were somewhat or much less likely to vote for Harris after Swift identified as a Harris supporter. She should have supported Trump if that was the case. For most of those who responded, Swift's opinion of the presidential election didn't matter to them. 66% said it didn't matter one way or another. Quote, "I've done my research. I've made my choice," Swift told her 283 million Instagram followers. And also to point out, many of them, probably most, are not Americans. The plurality of those who responded to the poll, 32%, said they believe Swift's endorsement will help Harris, while 27% don't think it will help or hurt. However, 41% said the entertainer should stay away from publicly endorsing any politician, with 38% approving of Swift publicly supporting a candidate. Of those who responded, 66% did not describe themselves as Swifties, while 20% said they were fans and 6% they were big fans. Republican presidential candidate, former President Donald Trump, has already said there will be no third debate with Harris, while CNN host Jake Tapper said Kamala Harris dodged debate questions, blah, blah, blah. Well, here we are, my friends. Trump posts, "I hate Taylor Swift," days after the star's Harris endorsement. I don't know why he'd do that. So Taylor Swift endorses Kamala Harris. More people, it's like 3-1, are like, I'm less likely to vote for Harris now. It actually hurt Kamala Harris. So Trump comes out and says, "I hate Taylor Swift." Why? Because he wants the 66% who are apolitical to go, okay, now I'm going to vote for Harris because Donald Trump attacked Taylor Swift. Why would he do this? Welcome to modern politics, my friends. Washington Post says, in all caps, the Republican presidential nominee took to Truth Social on Sunday to rage against the singer. Why? Taylor Swift is all right. I like her. She's mostly apolitical. These endorsements, I think, are a bad idea for her. But she's not Cardi B. I'm not trying to be mean to Cardi B, but she's not doing WAP, right? She's not jumping up on a bed and doing degenerate things. What are her songs even about? I mean, she's got I Knew You Were Trouble, like her dating a guy. I mean, that's hokey teen boppy stuff. It's just whatever, right? So former President Trump posts, "I hate Taylor Swift." Great. The Post did not mention Swift's endorsement. Within 15 hours of her endorsement of Harris, Swift's much anticipated announcement drove around 338,000 visits to vote.gov, the federal voter registration site. Now, I want to tell you this is probably a lie because we don't know that. They say, so what they do is they did this last time too, because I remember we tracked the story. They look at vote.gov's traffic and then say, we see a spike correlation between these two, but they don't give you the analytics. I think last time what happened was they claimed that Taylor Swift's endorsement or some celebrity boosted registrations, visits. How many people actually registered? It turned out the number was remarkably low. And I think it was something like 11,000, like some ridiculously small number. And they were using the bigger number of visits to trick people. But then, nobody asks the deeper question. They assume 330,000 visits to VoteGov is registrations. Then you find out that like only 30,000 people actually registered, and you're like, that was it? So this is the game they played. They played it last time. They're going to mention that Swift broke her silence, blah, 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 and called herself a childless cat lady. I'm voting for Kamala Harris, like many of you, blah. The next morning at Fox News, Trump said he was not surprised by the endorsement because she seems to always endorse a Democrat. He predicted Swift would probably pay a price for it in the marketplace, and said that he preferred Brittany Mahomes, a fitness entrepreneur who was married to the Kansas City Chief quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Swift's boyfriend, Travis Kelce, also plays for the Chiefs, and the women are friends. Brittany Mahomes had liked a post on Instagram regarding the 2024 Republican platform. They're going to mention that Swift is one of the most popular, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. We don't care. What is this? Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg responded with the tweet, cats, dogs, geese, Laura Loomer. Look, now he's attacking Taylor. A reference to false claims by Trump and Vance that Haitian immigrants in Ohio are eating their neighbors' pets. Well, I got to pause right there and say Haitian? Sure, maybe, I don't know. But Chris Rufo, we already went over this in the previous segment. There's a video of cats on a grill from a year ago. So I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, I will mention this too, the Laura Loomer thing. Donald Trump faces a second assassination attempt, and the media mocks this. You get, I think it was Vindman's wife. I think it might have been. Let's just say this. The Democrat personality says, all of the ears have been reported safe, carry on, nothing to see here, blah, blah, blah. Mocking that someone was trying to kill Donald Trump again. They come out with headline news attacking Laura Loomer because of spicy tweets. X posts. Spicy is one way to put it. I mean, look, Laura Loomer's made a handful of posts that I would describe as crude jokes. And I kind of shrug at them. I'm like, I don't know, whatever. Whatever. And the media goes nuts. They say, why is Laura Loomer hanging out with Donald Trump? Well, she's a Trump supporter. She's a big Trump supporter. She does investigations. She's produced a bunch of stories. Many of them have been prominent. And Laura Loomer is probably the best at getting national attention. But my point is simply this. By all means, criticize Laura. I'm sure she recognizes that, she gets criticized and sometimes she should be, as I should be, and everyone recognizes that they make mistakes. But the media mocks the Trump assassination, says it's Trump's rhetoric, and then they get mad at Laura Loomer for making crude jokes. It is reprehensible. When you want to come out and say, hey, Laura, your jokes are no good, I go, well, that's an opinion. I understand it. Then you go and mock that someone tried to kill Donald Trump. And I'm like, now your opinion means nothing. Because you're sitting here gloating over what was a violent incident. A man's life is nearly taken, and now twice. And you're acting like you have the moral high ground. Anyway, I digress. They want to say that Swift supported liberal causes, blah, 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 blah. I don't really care. I think it's funny that Taylor Swift is hurting Kamala Harris, but I don't know why Donald Trump would come out and say he hates her. Is he trying to rile up the rest of her supporters? There are a bunch of Democrats saying Trump is trying to lose. He's only running because he has to. It's not true. That's so silly. Trump didn't have to run. He could have endorsed Ron DeSantis. He could have said, Ron, get my back. In fact, if Trump bowed out of the race, all of his legal troubles would go away. Trump is trying to win. I just don't understand. Sometimes he posts these ridiculous things. Some people are claiming it's 4D chess. He's made the move because it took the news off of polls and it made it about Trump again. I guess. He wants the media to be talking about Taylor Swift and Donald Trump. It keeps the conversation in the pop culture sphere and out of the political sphere. He wants pop culture talking about it. He knows the big networks would rather talk about this. He knows that if you make a story, I'll tell you this. You make a story where it's like Trump economic policy favored 2-1. You're not going to get any clicks. Nobody cares. But Trump versus Taylor Swift and boom, massive. And that's the point. Trump knows it. Trump knows it. So this is what I think the game that Trump is playing. He doesn't want to give Kamala Harris an opportunity to talk politics. He wants to make sure Kamala keeps talking about garbled pop culture trash, because then people who are frustrated with the economy are going to be like, I don't care about Taylor Swift at all. You're going to get people going like, are you mad that Donald Trump said he hates Taylor Swift? And they're going to go, I don't care. Tell me, Trump's talking about energy too. What is Kamala doing? Silver Bulletin has the numbers. As of the most recent, Trump is still favored to win, according to Nate Silver, with 59.6%, but Kamala Harris is steadily improving. Still, things are looking really good for Donald Trump at 60-40 basically right now, and that is great news. Currently, Michigan and Wisconsin are Trump favored, but narrowing, and this is what is presenting the risk. Trump is 2-1 to win. Nearly 2-1 in Pennsylvania. He's got Nevada by about 10 points, 20 points. Sorry. Arizona, there's 530 says Trump is winning Arizona, no question. Georgia, North Carolina. Looks like Virginia is 91% going to Harris. So great news for Donald Trump across the board. I got to tell you, my friends, when we get into the hard issues, if you want to sit there and spin your wheels about Taylor Swift, you're going to lose. Because as much as I think it's silly to enrage moderates, I don't think Trump does this for no reason. I don't think Trump was sitting there being like, I hate Taylor Swift and posted it. I think he thought about it. I really do. I'm not a fan, but I can see political strategy within it. Do not let the media shift the narrative to anything but you and make it about nothing. I think it's actually pretty clever. Now it's possible. Trump is a brash guy. He might have just been sitting there, saw Taylor Swift's endorsement, and just went, I hate Taylor Swift. He's just, maybe he's hoping that teen angsty truth post might resonate with other angsty teenagers. So we're going to wrap this one up there, my friends. Smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, share the show with your friends. Become a member by going to timcast.com and clicking that join us button. But for $10 per month, you will help us fight fake news. We can only do it with you guys as members. And we've got a bunch of great updates underway. The coffee shop. Let me tell you about the coffee shop real quick. This is why you should be a member. Buy Cast Brew coffee at castbrew.com. The coffee shop that we're building has been jammed up because it's a historical building. And it's been a nightmare. Absolutely. But this is not the key component of what we are building. We are working on the infrastructure so that there will be 1,000 Cast Brew locations across the country. There will be TVs in each location. And you're going to walk in, and what are you going to see? Timcast morning show live in the mornings. Timcast IRL in the afternoon, rerun in the afternoon with a live show at night. You're going to see Steven Crowder. You're going to see the Daily Wire. We're going to play those shows on our TVs at our locations. With their permission, obviously. But the idea is this. You walk into these places with TVs and they're playing CNN or Fox News. Nah, we're taking that real estate. We're going to create a space for people to hang out, have a coffee, talk to each other. And regular people are going to get exposed to the alternate, independent media space. So smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the show with your friends. Timcast.com. The next segment's coming up at 6 p.m. tonight. The New York Times warns Americans 2024 election results could take a while. Oh, yeah. This one's going to get spicy. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all in that next segment.